Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rainy Day Reactions with Chris and Nia. Today, we're going to be reacting to Dark Season 3, Episode 6, and it's called Light and Shadow. But first, what didn't happen in the last episode?
A lot happened. Lots of heartbreaking shit. I think the one that stood out for me the most was Peter's death. And Ellie having to see that. And her getting like almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was holding out for some reason. I was like, please don't turn it weird. Like, just turn it out as like desperate for hot food. But yeah, Peter, I really enjoyed seeing Peter as a young teen, and then we got to see his death at the same time. That same episode.
It was sad to see younger him finally being introduced, but that's the same episode where he dies.
Where we know how he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is so like someone commented that surprised I didn't cry. And I'm surprised that I haven't cried much this entire show. Yeah. But the part that really hit me the most, which is probably when I teared up a little bit, or at least my eyes got watery, was Peter dying. Really scared me. Just from a parent's perspective, like the moment he's like getting stabbed and he knows he's bleeding out and his lights are gonna go out soon, and he knows that his daughter is still in the little camper with this person as he's dying, like it freaked me out. It was just, I don't know, like that was the scene for me that really kind of was like, oh, don't think about it or else you're gonna start crying. But yeah, that one and Katerina.
Yeah, this whole time, I don't know if any of you remember, like I think it was probably last season, right, where I made a prediction. Well, was it this season? I don't remember. It was a while ago. Where I made a prediction that someone got killed at the lake. At some point, I caught on with the whole mom thing, Katarina's mom, and then I said, Katarina's gonna kill her mom at the beach. I was so confident. They completely flipped it on us.
That it was her.
And I did not expect it at all.
Me either. And she put rocks in her backpack to make her sink in the lake.
Which we kind of didn't. Well, she partially made the connection about the lady on the lake from when the kids were swimming in the lake.
Yeah, but I dismissed it, thinking, not remembering fully what was said. I just assumed that it was like one of those like La Llorona, like old stories, but no, it was
Katarina's body. I did not make that connection at all.
And
it was her kids
in the water,
swimming in the water, where their actual current mom's body is. That time traveled.
Exactly, like decomposed.
Yeah.
If they didn't pull it out.
That's fucking creepy.
And Ulrich waiting.
Yeah, that was also heartbreaking to see. Like him waiting by the entrance at 10 p.m. and it was like 10:20 something.
He didn't look freaked out, so I would hope that he at least thought something must have happened, you know, and that he was still desperate, like to get out. You know what I mean? Like he had a little bit of a realistic view on what dangers are out. You know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, just knowing that he was going to stay there and she never showed up. Hopefully he didn't think she changed her mind, and somehow he knows that she did whatever she could to try and get there.
Yeah.
But something must have happened for her to not get there. And another big one was Jonas being killed.
Yes. So I'm still hoping it's like 3 timelines within each world or something. And that this is only one of the Jonases getting killed. Which still means a Jonas died, which I did not expect. It's just still heartbreaking because this is literally the Jonas we've been following since episode 1. Yeah. Which is still really sad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this ends his storyline.
Because he is distant grandfather of himself.
Yeah.
Right? So his next time around self is still gonna happen because it's gonna be in a loop. So he's died, but technically he's still gonna be around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's weird. Hopefully we get some answers because I really don't have any theory. Like you have this like 3 thing going, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
ready?
think we covered like the main things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Think so.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get started. She already didn't show up.
What?
Lieber Jonas, du hast versprochen, es alles wieder gut zu machen. Ich will, dass du weißt, dass du das wirst. Du darfst niemals die Hoffnung verlieren, dass es einen Weg aus diesem Labyrinth gibt. Einen Weg, mich zu retten. Und dich. Doch dafür müssen wir Opfer bringen und unvorstellbare Dinge tun, um den Knoten am Ende zu lösen. Warum macht Adam das? Manche Dinge müssen wir gehen lassen, bevor sie zu uns zurückfinden. Wir passen perfekt zusammen. Ich glaube niemals etwas anderes.
He was having a dream about the stuff happening, but she didn't save him then.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why he doesn't remember her, because this didn't happen to him.
Oh. But how?
Für unsere Welt.
She's here though, and she's in Adam's cage, so that's a different one.
You're right. This is the 5th one.
Mm-hmm.
If we're including
Warum hast du mich eingesperrt?
Ich habe endlich begriffen, was das Paradies wirklich ist. Unendliche Dunkelheit, in der nichts existiert. Muss die Apokalypse passieren. In meiner Welt und in deiner.
So you want the apocalypse to happen in both worlds?
Yeah, he was like,
Holy
just
shit.
done with this.
Mein Name ist nicht Alexander.
God.
Ich heiße Boris. Boris Niewald. Deine Mutter ist das Beste, was mir in meinem Leben passiert ist. Sie hat mich aus all dem gerettet.
Das Ergebnis der mikroskopischen Untersuchung der beiden Pfennige ist da. Und
It's the same penny.
diese kleine Rille,
Oh shit.
die ist exakt
That was yellow
identisch.
trippy, huh?
Als wäre der Pfennig irgendwie durch die Zeit gereist.
Auf so ein Schicksal.
Nein. Ich glaube, dass wir unser Leben selbst in die Hand nehmen. Dass wir entscheiden, welchen Weg wir gehen.
She inspires her to take charge.
Oh, it's small.
And white. Glowing.
Whoa, that's bright.
Oh my god, is she gonna touch it?
Who's that? It was a man's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Jonas, du lebst.
I'm just going with it. Okay.
Ich habe ihn getötet. Warum lebt er noch in seiner Welt?
Die Weiche
The switch point.
im Knotenpunkt der Zeitschleife. Quantenverschränkung. Adam hat die letzten 33 Jahre versucht, diese Verschränkung zu lösen. Damit das, was in dir wächst, niemals entsteht. Aber es ist unmöglich. Jeder Schritt, den Jonas tut, wird von uns gelenkt. Er kann seinem Schicksal nicht entkommen.
Es ist übrig geblieben. Nach der Katastrophe. Es gibt keinen Weg mehr zurück. Die Höhle ist eingestürzt. Da ist nichts mehr. Die Passage gibt es nicht mehr. Aber das hier. Wenn ich herausfinde, wie es funktioniert, dann kann ich zurück. Wie hast du mich überhaupt gefunden? Woher wusstest du, dass ich hier bin?
Er ist kaputt. Vielleicht musste erst alles so passieren. Damit es sich ändert beim nächsten Mal. Ich kann dir helfen, Martha zu retten. Alle zu retten.
Der Junge im Bunker. Du hast gesagt, du hast ihn getötet.
Sie hat gesagt, ich muss es tun.
Wer?
ihn in die Zukunft schicken, um die Lücken zu schließen.
To fill
To fill the gaps.
Du kannst gehen.
Is he using him to lead himself?
You're right. Because he knows. And that's how he ends up going to the past to hurt him.
Charlotte, Alexander hier. Kannst du ins AKW kommen?
He's gonna show her, and that's what
Ich möchte
triggers
dir
it.
etwas zeigen.
Wir Auserwählten müssen die Lücken schließen. Damit du deinen Weg hierher findest und Adam sein. Und wir endlich Erlösung finden.
Ihr wisst, was zu tun ist.
And again, they're all triggering this one.
Mm-hmm. They're going to the plant, huh? Oh shit.
Magnus? Ihr seid aus der Zukunft.
Aber nicht aus deiner.
Was soll das hier?
Sie haben dich belogen. Sie sind diejenigen, die dafür verantwortlich sind, dass sie passieren. Aber es gibt einen Weg, das alles zu ändern.
Aber du musst dich für unsere Welt entscheiden. Aber davor musst du Jonas vor der Apokalypse in seiner Welt retten. Und ihn in deine Welt bringen.
Wenn du mit uns kommst.
I was wondering
Dann
where
kannst
she
du
gets
verändern.
the sphere from.
Du musst mit uns mitkommen.
Wohin
Er
mitkommen?
gehört nicht zu uns. Er gehört zu den anderen. Sie werden ihn retten.
They will save him.
Oh my god.
Martha, warte!
Adam hat jeden seiner Spielsteine auf Position gebracht. Es ist Zeit, dass wir das Gleiche tun. Es wird ihm niemals gelingen, diesen Knoten zu lösen. In all den Jahren hat er nicht verstanden, wie alles wirklich zusammenhängt. Egon, du musst deine Vergangenheit erschaffen, um den Stammbaum zu erhalten. Auf jede Dunkelheit folgt Licht. Auf jeden Tod folgt ein Leben.
She was sending people everywhere.
Wo sind die anderen?
Magnus und Franziska. Charlotte und Elisabeth. Celia und Agnes.
Yeah.
Sie halten den Zyklus aufrecht. Damit du und ich hier sein können. Jetzt. Das, was in dir wächst. Der Ursprung. Er muss sterben. Er ist aus beiden Welten geboren. Und es braucht die Energie beider Welten, um ihn zu zerstören. Das hier ist das Ende. Dein Sohn existiert nur, weil es die Materie gibt. Und jetzt wird er durch sie sterben. Und wir alle mit ihm. Wir sind falsch. Du und ich. In deiner Welt. Und in meiner.
But isn't he also playing a role in the cycle?
I don't know.
Jede Verbindung in der einen Welt muss auch in der anderen Welt geschlossen werden. Alles ist miteinander verbunden. Im Licht und im Schatten.
He gets saved.
She left the watch and the letter, which is the one that older Jonas has.
The one he just burned.
Ye-
It's the one that was in the tray.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh no. That looks horrifying.
Who's that? I got emotional.
Seeing them there, like,
staring at
as
it.
it's coming.
Yeah.
The moment they realized she was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could tell they're like she's right, and they accepted it at that moment.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Okay, so off the top of my head, she told Aegon that he needed to protect something about his family tree. But he showed up
to save Hannah.
So this is alternate. To me, this looks like they all wear like this weird like canopy thing.
Yeah, it's the alternate world.
Alternate Aegon to save alternate Hannah, to save her, which means that her pregnancy was probably from the pregnancy that she aborted in our world. In this world, she actually stayed pregnant, and that's why. Or is it?
No, it's a different pregnancy.
Or is it from? Hold on.
I don't know how the two are connected.
No, but it can't be because he's not. Hold on, let's go down the family tree. Because Aegon is the dad of Claudia and Regina, so that's right.
Yeah.
That's their family line, and Ulrich's family tree is from Tronte.
Yeah.
Down. So the only way, I don't know if I'm thinking far enough, but yeah, because Tronte's dad is the unknown.
Yeah.
So if Aegon to show up and try to preserve his family tree, that would mean that, and he shows up for Hannah, that means to protect his tree would be the son. And the only pregnancy that we know of is the one that she has back in, when she goes back in time.
Yeah. Besides Jonas in the regular world.
In the regular world. So in this other world, they're having similar situations, but she's pregnant with him.
She's pregnant with Ulrich.
But how would being pregnant with Ulrich mean anything about Aegon saving his family tree?
I have no idea. That's what I'm wondering. And this is older Aegon too.
Unless the only thing I can think of was, you know how Ulrich goes to, he's following Helge or Helga? Mm-hmm. She ends up following him into the past, but she's already pregnant.
By him.
By
Ulrich.
I think it's Aegon. That's the only way it makes sense. Yeah, that's the only way I can think of it, but I just don't know how. Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I don't see how.
Who is this kid that Aegon saves? That's the real question.
Mm-hmm.
And who's Ilya? Is that Scarface girl?
I think it might be.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
It only makes sense. She was the only other person there. Celia.
We had talked about the Tannhause's granddaughter, the one that disappeared. We talked about it after we recorded the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So the kind of theory was that it's possible that the missing grandbaby is
the actual Tannhaus.
The Tannhaus. Yes. Yeah.
They couldn't find after the car accident.
Was her Silja?
Did we talk about that? I don't remember actually mentioning it.
No, we didn't mention it in the video. But it was like,
I mean, she is one of these people that like,
we don't know.
It's not connected to anyone, so it's possible that could be her.
So we kind of touched on Silja. They kept mentioning something about to fill the gaps.
Yeah. Who's there to fill the gaps? Celia, obviously, because she said that. Mm-hmm. Us who need to fill the gaps or whatever. I'm guessing Hannah's baby also is possibly there to fill the gap. A gap, who knows where. There's a bunch of people that needed to fill the gap at some point. But they did kind of confirm that there's two timelines going at the same time.
Yeah, so
I was thinking 3 this whole time, but it's only 2.
So basically,
the infinity symbol where it meets is where
like
they make that change.
This.
Yeah.
It's, you know, like my art is so good. Right there. There we go.
Is that a pretzel?
Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that made sense.
Yeah.
I don't know it like very, very well. So again, I probably have to like rewatch and really listen to everything that she's saying, but it makes sense as to how there is technically there's like, from my understanding, it was like there was like a splinter off where you could go this way or this way.
The inside or the outside of the loop.
Yeah, and it totally explains why middle-aged Jonas
did not remember Martha because he never was saved by Martha.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like, I got it. But
that's a moment of celebration for me. He was never saved by Martha.
There was a reality where he was not saved by her.
That's my only victory, though. Everything else, I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. Let's see here. I mentioned here that in this one, Boris comes clean to Bartosz, which then actually no one's investigating him really. Even Charlotte is not really. She's kind of, but she's nowhere near
Clausen's level.
But his confession to Bartosz kind of triggers his desire to come clean, which brings him and Charlotte to the dark matter.
Yeah, and I wonder if we'll get more background on Boris or not.
It's just that.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's just this, that like in the other universe, he actually made the connection for Bartosz to work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Eva actually had a lot of people that survived working for her. And they all played a piece.
So
the part I didn't get was, so this whole time we thought like everybody doing something different triggered it, but we had no idea that the unknown also played a part in triggering the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And in this one we actually saw him go and turn a lever at the nuclear plant.
Which is my question is, they look like they went back to
the 80s, right?
The 80s. In both worlds.
Yeah.
Two of them went in...
Two of the younger one and the older one were in alternate universe. And then the middle-aged one was in regular universe. But in the 80s, what happened in the 80s? Was that the accident?
That has to be the accident. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
But, okay, so here's where hold on, before I even go here, let me see. Okay, here's where I get a little confused. If everything is connected, and we see what Adam is doing to this Martha that is early pregnancy.
She didn't have the scar, though.
She didn't have the scar. Which might...
So she was from the other timeline.
Yeah, so she's having that same situation that Jonas did. Where there's like 2 of her. But now I don't know what my original question was, which is... Does this still somehow... You know how they keep saying that the beginning is the end and end is the beginning? Does this still play a role? Like, he thinks he's destroying his child?
Yes.
But he is very well playing its own role in starting this all over again. Or starting the loop. Because they're all triggering the ball.
The second loop to take its course.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And he basically, Jonas, just wanted to end everything.
Yeah, he just wanted humanity to end because it's all a fucking mess. Which is understandable, but
I was actually kind of like, I mean, I can
me too.
I can kind of see where he's coming from.
We're fucking doomers.
And Eva was fighting for all of this to continue still.
Yeah.
I was waiting. You know what? Right now, like before we said the whole thing about like her, Martha she was having her own like separate reality where she didn't get the scar. This whole episode, I'm like, and this is where the scar's coming, and the scissors are coming, and this is where the scar's coming. I kept waiting for it to happen, and it never happened.
So I'm guessing 3. So there's Eva, there's middle-aged Eva, and then there was a short hair one with the scar, and then the regular one, short hair with the scar also. I'm guessing those 4 were from the same loop. And the one that was with Adam was the other side of the loop. Right?
Yeah. And Eva seems really sure. So it sounds like she said that every decision that Jonas was making, everything that was happening, they played a role in it. They were making like the mold for his actions.
Yeah.
Right? But do you think older Eva is correct, or she's underestimating Jonas?
I have no idea. What I don't know is if Adam knows that there's 2 sides to the loop.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, they're so sure on what they're doing.
Yeah.
And he might have it figured out as well.
That's true. Yep.
I had a feeling it was going to leave us there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Do you think the next 2 episodes are going to be something about After Darkness or something darkness? Or do you think it's just going to, like, lay it all out for us? Like, play it in order or in a way that explains it?
Yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling the show's going to completely end with, like, can't stop the cycle.
Yeah?
Which would suck, because I really want to see things normal in both worlds where everyone's just happy. Which I think is pretty much impossible.
I think you're right, because this whole time I was like, and then somehow in the end it's gonna like settle in a way where so much pain and suffering hasn't happened.
Yeah. And it is impossible in a way. Yeah, it is impossible. Yeah, exactly.
Probably not.
And it also seems impossible because everyone's grandchild of themselves, and
like
in
what
some
would
weird
that
way,
even
right?
look like?
You can't have happiness without those entanglements happening.
That's true. That's true. Entanglements. Okay.
But I just want to see how it all how it all connects.
Okay. I don't think we missed anything.
Hopefully. That was a lot.
Yes, it was.
But yes, if we missed anything, like always, drop it down in the comments. No spoilers. Didn't really exactly look at the comments before filming this, but I know there were at least 2 or 3 people trying to spoil shit. So I didn't approve the comments.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Of course, no spoilers. Yeah, just let us know what you think about this episode. I know a lot of you were confused after this one, after reading the comments about the last one not being the most confusing one. Yeah, just let us know. Make sure you also like our video, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notifications, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you. Bye.